NC Pork, raising the bacon, raising the bar.
DG, we'll start with a Thursday night game nationally televised on ESPN. This is a 7:30 kickoff in Winston-Salem. 2-0 NC State at 2-0 Wake Forest. The Wolfpack a 7-point favorite in Winston-Salem.
Yeah, we're bringing our Old North State tailgate and traveling sports circus to this one. So anyone who's tailgating, let us know where you'll be in the hours leading up to that Thursday night matchup. We may come see you with our staff. Historically, Chris, this traditional state-Wake matchup has been tilted heavily in favor of the Wolfpack. But thanks to guys like Jim Grobe and Dave Clawson, in my eyes, the two best Wake Forest football coaches of the ACC era, this has been dead even as a rivalry lately. In fact, during Dave Doran's time at NC State, the Wolfpack and the Demon Deacons have played 12 times, and each side has won 6, so it doesn't get any more even than that. When this matchup has been played in Winston-Salem, as is the case, of course, Thursday night, Dave Doran's record is only 2 wins and 4 losses against the Deacs, so there's some intriguing historical backdrop to this one. In terms of this year's personnel, we actually know, I think, a lot more about NC State than we know about Wake Forest, mainly because of their opponents so far. The Wolfpack has gone 2-0 against a feisty ECU squad and a pretty solid Virginia team. And we've seen that the Pack's offense is more dangerous than it has been in recent years. The new offensive coordinator, Kurt Roper, who was previously, remember, the team's quarterbacks coach and who directed some of David Cutcliffe's explosive offenses at Duke years ago, he has a confident quarterback in sophomore C.J. Bailey. He has a highlight reel running back in Hollywood Smothers, an all-ACC caliber tight end in Justin Jolie, and a talented wide receiver room that includes, among others, a Wake Forest transfer, Wesley Grimes, who gets to go against some of his old teammates on Thursday. On defense, State has given up a lot of yards so far this season, but the Pack did stuff the run against ECU, and when that game was on the line against UVA, they came up with a big turnover in the final minute to clinch that win. We know a lot less about Wake Forest, in part because the Demon Deacons have a first-year coach in Jake Dickert, a lot of new players, but also because their 2-0 start came against Kennesaw State, which is one of the lesser FBS teams this year, and against Western Carolina, which is an FCS opponent. One thing we do know about Wake is that senior running back Damon Claiborne is an absolute stud. He ran for almost 200 yards last week against Western after missing most of the first game for the Deacs. Wake's new quarterback, Robbie Ashford, is a 6th-year senior who previously started at Auburn back in 2022. But his game can be described as one of those where he's a tremendous athlete, dangerous with his legs, but an inconsistent passer. His favorite receiver so far has been a redshirt freshman named Chris Barnes. He's a little guy who can fly. He followed Coach Dickert from Washington State after redshirting for the Cougars last fall. Wake's defense, which has really good numbers right now, will be facing the first opponent that actually has offensive linemen who can block them. So that part will be fascinating to watch on Thursday with ESPN in town. In my eyes, State has much more proven talent in this matchup, as you'd expect with Dave Doran in year 13 and Jake Dickert in year 1. The Wolfpack is far more difficult to defend than Wake's first 2 opponents were. So it's going to be up to Robbie Ashford to make plays in the Wake's passing game for them to keep up. And that's against an NC State defense that's probably going to be game planning for Damon Claiborne in that Wake Forest running game. So that's probably our key to the game in a matchup where the Wolfpack is favored by about a touchdown.
This has been Bold North State Football Daily, an exclusive presentation of the North Carolina Sports Network. Make sure you follow us on social media at the NC Sports Net, and check out our website that is wall-to-wall coverage of North Carolina sports at ncsportsnetwork.com. Our foundational partner is the North Carolina Pork Council, raising the bacon, raising the bar. Telling the stories of the bold North State, this is the North Carolina Sports Network.